came upon a shattered glass jar and 4 baby turtles.
That was us. Shut up.
Oh, no.
The little ones were crawling into a strange glowing ooze from a broken canister nearby.
You know, I named this channel after the Hamato clan from TMNT. For those of you who don't know, that's the Turtles family's name. And I haven't actually spoken about the franchise on the channel yet. So I thought we should fix that. And whilst I could do, and would happily do, a retrospective or a video essay, this channel is all about making something new, something that we can come as a community together and come up with ideas for and express creativity. And so I wanted to create something. And since I personally feel like the franchise fits weirdly well into Dungeons and Dragons, given the high fantasy scenery, ancient ninjas, reincarnation, magic, and enchanted weapons that have popped up throughout the franchise, I thought it would be a really good idea to create some Dungeons and Dragons, monsters, items, and player races for you guys to be able to throw into your own game of Dungeons and Dragons whenever you want. So throughout this video, I'm going to give you a bit of lore on how it fits into the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and then I'm going to show you guys the actual stat blocks I've created for you to use. Long ago, when the forces of good and evil still raged throughout the Forgotten Realms, there was a man who sought to carve his own path, a clan devoted to garnering power and defending its own. Not a group assigned to take or to protect, not a group for saving or for killing, simply an order of folk who cared for their kin, for their family, for their clan. His name was Takeshi Tatsuo, the warrior who killed 100 men and only left a single bloodied footprint in his wake. Lord Takeshi built his clan to a grand stature, but during his reign as the Yonin, he would meet a dark witch who swayed him into studying dark, manipulative magics, and so he meddled with unpredictable forces and crafted a powerful armor, one that would meld with him and his soul. But he needed a new title. With this powerful frame adorned, he would not be Lord Takeshi Tatsuo of the Foot Clan. No, he would be the Shredder. For creating a monster stat block from the world of TMNT, who better than the Shredder to use as my muse? But when picturing the Shredder, what aspects do you want to draw on? Well, obviously his armor is an essential element to the character. That much is undeniable. And then there's the whole ninja clan elements, right? So he needs some sort of rogue aspects mixed in, with the iconic steel claws. But whilst coming up with this stat block, I was inspired by the rise of the TMNT Shredder and how he is bound to his armor, how he is more than just a mortal man. In recent years, long since Tatsuo's passing, the young Oroku Saki rose to take the title of Yonin, but after being swayed by the clan's elder witch, he would take up his ancestors' armor and transform into something new. His mind and soul changed that day. His young face grew older, and his warm spirit turned colder. The Yonin was no longer Saki, but was once more the Shredder. My idea here is that the armor holds Saki's soul within it, and so if you kill him, so long as the armor is worn by someone, he will return, overwhelming them with the mind and souls of Tatsuo and Saki. If you're interested in a cool, badass living armor that does ninja things and strikes with sick steel claws, then check the description at the end of the video, because I've made it for you guys already. But with a force this powerful, and this evil having returned to the Forgotten Realms, somebody had to work to stop it. Fellow member of the Foot Clan, Hamato Yoshi, saw his master's descent and felt something had to be done. He intended to find a way to remove the powerful armor from Saki and regain his sanity, but in doing so, he found no real solutions. The closest he came to crafting some device was through an ancient text that spoke of how the first Yonin was destroyed. A powerful wizard who was a part of the Stardog clan, a rival group to the Foot Clan, crafted 4 artifacts which were used by ancient ninja warriors to defeat Tatsuo. But the artifacts' details were all lost, all but one. So for the magic item, I did go to Rise again. Mainly because it's just got more variety, and I'm pretty sure if I had Karai's Kira no Ken from the comics, most of you wouldn't know what I was about. But I also love the fantasy element of Leo's Adachi, just opening up portals and teleporting all over the place. Now, I'm not gonna go into details on how the sword works, but like a Roku, he's linked down below, feel free to give it a read, and maybe ask your DM to let you have this absolutely busted powerhouse of a sword. Generally speaking, I worked in the idea of having a pull mechanic that's limited, but lets you push those limits with the risk of screwing up, to mimic how Leo doesn't always get it right in the show. And then I also added in an instant portable teleportation that has a chance of going awry as well. And with the research coming to a bitter failure, Yoshi turned to the Elder in the Mystic Arts, a sibling of the clan's witch, who offered him, instead of advice, an object. He gave the man a glass vial, within which swirled a glowing ooze-like substance. Stick together no matter what. Eventually, Saki grew suspicious of Yoshi and confronted him, executing the ninja upon learning of his treachery and taking the vial for himself. It was after this liquid would be taken by thieves one night and exposed accidentally at a nearby pond, where 4 unsuspecting turtles were instantly mutated. The mutagen gave them skills and capabilities of these thieves, and their minds had grown to match. They had become Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I know it's a bit corny, but I needed something to lead into the player's species I made. And obviously, I had to choose, mutants. Now, if we do more of these TMNT and D&D vids, then I'll touch on more specific franchise species, like Triceratons or Utrons, or something. But I had to at least try with mutants. But so many animal groups exist in D&D already. So how do you handle the TMNT mutant? Well, I feel like the core aspect of mutants is how they're all pretty unique, the turtles themselves being mostly the exception. So I came up with a system where during character creation, you pick your features from a list of not quite subspecies, and then you add one additional feature to that list. So it works as though you pick a category of animal, and then a feature that specifies the exact kind of animal. If you guys are interested in that, one last time, give it a go and check it out in the description below. All of these D&D builds are completely free, and I do thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted a little break from Marvel Rivals concepts before going back to them, and I just love TMNT, so it only felt right, And please do let me know if you prefer these shorter form videos or the longer ones. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. If all else fails, then it's time to